Okay, we've had a couple of questions about what is meant by a game framework. Okay, now we discussed it in class a little bit, but I'm going to sit there and we're going to put together a quick little game framework and talk about it. A game framework really means that we control where the player goes, so that we can sit there and make sure that they can't quit the game from anywhere but the start screen, that there is an end screen, then we have all our levels in the middle. Okay, so it's something you can package together pretty easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 3 quick rooms. Okay, and I'm going to name one room start. Okay, another one room level. And the last one's going to be room end. And I'm going to sit there and make sure that I have the room end really doesn't matter, but we're going to go and put a different color in every one of these rooms. We'll put a red for the end. The room level will leave the same. There's our room start, and I'll put a nice soothing color in that one, okay, because we don't want to mess them up too much. So there's our 3 rooms. So we have 3 rooms set up ready to go. And the key to doing this is using controllers. Okay, so we're going to end up having 3 controllers, 3 objects. Okay, and our first one is going to be controller underscore start, which makes sense for our start room. And all we're going to do is have 2 things happen. We're going to allow them to press Q for quit, so they can quit the game from here. Okay, and there's our quit game. Okay, we're also going to add the enter so that they can actually play the game. And to play it, that means they're going to go to the next level. Okay, now some of you may have already noticed that we may have a problem, because I need to have my start room at the top then, and I want my end room at the end. So always double check your locations of these things. So there's our controller start, and what I like to do is immediately put the controller in the room so you don't forget it. But I'm going to put mine top left. That's where I happen to like mine. Okay, we're not going to need that room anymore, so we can close it. Now the next object's going to be controller level. And just so we could do this quickly, when you play the level, you win the level by pressing the W key. Obviously, this would be where you would kill the bosses or whatever you have to do to move them to the next level or get to the door. Okay, so again, we want to move to the next level. Okay, because I know I have one. Now, I might want a different controller for the next last level so that I know I've got room to go to. Okay, so you could sit there and make sure that it doesn't error out, is to sit there and go to under control. I'm sorry, it's under main. And I can actually go check. So if the next room is this, it goes. So it won't blow up even if I have it in the wrong level. Okay, and again, this is for the room level, so I'm going to go here so that I can add it immediately and close that. And next one will be controller end, and this one we're going to do a couple things. We're going to show the high score. Okay, and to do that, we're going to add an event. We're going to add create, because as soon as it comes in, we want to do these things. Okay, so we're going to show the high score. Okay, and we're going to leave everything normal. Now you could sit there and have them press any key to continue. Okay, and actually that's not a bad way. I'm changing up what I'm doing right now. So as soon as it comes in, we're going to show, and I'm going to sit there and have the keyboard, and we have an any key. So if they press any key, now what we want to do is we want to go to a particular room. We want to go back, whoops, wrong one, to the start. Okay, and that's our controller end. And so now we're going to go here. There's our room end, and we're going to go under objects, and we're going to get our controller end, stick him in there, and that should work. Now, one thing to remember, if I only want Q to quit from the start screen, then I want to sit there and change the global game settings, because under other I can say, you can't use escape. Okay, and you can't close it with a red X. That's these 2 up here. So if I click OK, well, maybe I want them to use escape anytime during the game to move back to the start. Well, I have to do that. So I did my controller level again, and if I go in here in keyboard, and I don't want letters, it should be under other, there's escape, and in this case I want to sit there and have him go all the way back to the first room. Okay, now let's go ahead and make sure that's working. Okay, so we're going to go back to our first room start. Okay, let's go ahead, and we've got the right order. Let's go ahead and play this game. And if we do this correctly, you will see in a second here, it goes a little that I'm pressing the escape key right now and nothing's happening. Okay, now I could quit with a Q, but we'll show that in a minute. But enter goes me to the next screen. Okay, now if I hit escape, I'm back to the first screen. So let me hit enter again. And if I win the level, I'm now, there's my point, I'm in here. If I press any key I want to, it goes back to the beginning, and the only way to quit is Q to quit. Okay, now if you really want to play it safe, you can sit there, and especially on the room level, whoops, sorry, open the wrong one, the controller level, is that you want to sit there and what if they accidentally press escape? Okay, so one of the things that you can do is you can sit there and ask a question. Okay, and the question is going to be, do you want to quit? And this is going to give us, if he answers yes, it's going to go here. And if he answers no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay right in the game. So you see, it's actually pretty straightforward. So I'm going to sit here and run it again. And as soon as it opens, we're going to leave the start screen, which is the blue one. We're going to go to the level screen, which is the gray one. Okay, and if I accidentally hit escape, do you want to quit? If I say no, I stay right in here. If I say yes, then it moves me back there. Okay, that's what we mean by a game framework, and I'm hoping this helped answer some of the questions that you may have had on this.